What a great way to start the video.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? Today we are going to be watching episode 5 of House of the Dragon, which by the way, episode 6 is coming out soon, a couple hours. The last episode made me cry. That was not cool. That was quite a lot. They put me through a little bit of emotional damage, just a little bit. Let's get right into it, y'all. You will never catch me skipping this intro. Never. Let me make that so clear. And if you do skip it, we're not friends. I've heard that the last 3 episodes are gonna be really long, which makes me scared but excited because it means like a lot will happen. We have so much to unfold. We have to do a funeral for my niece. And apparently Aegon isn't dead. He's just really like burnt to a crisp and maybe like shouldn't be alive, something like that. Oh, you poor guy. I'm so sorry for you. Everyone's just grieving. Like, I had my time to grieve. I filmed that commentary like 2 days ago or something like that. Imagine having to pick from fruit that's moldy. Everyone's just starving.
The traitor dragon Meleys!
Why did they take her?
To Aegon!
I feel terrible that they took her. Melee should be, I feel like, either buried with Rhaenys or like burnt like Rhaenys. Like,
This is a black omen.
this feels disrespectful. This is so sad. She did everything for Rhaenys.
Don't they realize we won the battle?
Strange victory.
Oh, he's alive. I thought he was gone. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me if I'm being completely honest, but better to have more people alive than dead. Unless we're talking about Crispy Cole. He can go. Like, he's gonna be one of those people that just last lingering, like a cockroach or something.
I thought the dragons was gods.
Oh, okay, so here's the thing. My friend told me about that. I talk about my friend in pretty much every single video that I make. She likes to watch my commentaries and then tell me little things that I might not have noticed, things I might not have like picked up on, little fun facts here and there. Something that she told me was that in this time especially, everyone believed the dragons were like gods. They did not believe them to be invincible. No, they believed them to be invincible. So when I'm sitting here being like,
why are you using the dragons? You have to protect the dragons. You don't know what can happen if you use all the dragons. Like, be careful.
they're not thinking that because in their minds, they're thinking these dragons are invincible. And as this guy just said, as gods. And so when you put it in that perspective, you're like, oh, this whole time they thought that if you had a dragon, no one could touch you. You're like a god. Now, all of a sudden, these people are going to start noticing, oh my god, you're not a god. And that's just something I didn't really think about before. But it makes perfect sense. I think the reason why I didn't think it before was because Vhagar went after little Luke.
It's just me.
That is not just meat. You're just meat. They still keep the people hanging? That's disgusting. Look at what you're doing to this place. What, he wants to be the king now? He's such a badass character though. Alicent's last conversation with Aegon was just heartbreaking. Like, he never wanted to be king, but he was trying to do the right thing. And when she just got kind of undermined him like that, he felt forced to just go into battle. See, in this moment, I would still believe that Aegon passed away. Oh, poor Elena. It's like your own son did that to him. Oopsie. No, so he is alive. He's just
His grace remains with us for the moment.
so barely alive. Like, barely hanging on. He's so burnt. Ew! 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 They have to pull away his armor and it's like stuck to his body.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical.
They probably have to do like surgery and stuff. Well, surgery back then. No anesthesia, nothing like that. Ew! Ew! Why do they go into detail? I don't need to see his bones being squished back together.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
Let it be me. Am I right? It's interesting to say how they used to have to do things, like clean things up. Let's say he's using lemon and I'm assuming salt to probably clean up the blood from his sword. They were using lettuce, or it looked like lettuce or cabbage, to help with the burns. It's interesting to see stuff like that. It really immerses you into this universe.
The king, Sir Criston, what befell him?
Your own son.
His grace fought valiantly.
And Aemond?
It's like sad because Sunfire really did love Aegon. Sunfire protected Aegon even as they were falling, as they were dying.
What was his part in this?
Girl, you don't want to know.
I could not say.
It could get him into trouble if he like says something like that without proof.
Duskin down, and Rook's Rest are gone.
I think we all should have listened to Daemon and attacked before this happened.
Send to Maidenpool and to Crackclaw Point.
I feel like if Meleys would have gone with Rhaenys and Daemon would have gone with Caraxes, Is that his name? But if they went with both their dragons and attacked Aemond and Vhagar, I feel like they could have won. But they just didn't do that.
Vhagar is depleted after such a hard-fought battle.
Poor girl. It's like an animal abuse, putting that ancient thing through this. But she's bloodthirsty. Can't blame the girl for being hungry.
I myself must do it.
My queen, you are the crown.
They genuinely don't know what to do. Because Rhaenyra wants to go out and fight, but they're like, you're the queen, you can't. But they have to somehow stop Cole, but they have to somehow also protect this place. And blah, 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 blah. And Daemon's in here and all having visions. He's not very helpful right now.
Where are you going?
To Harrenhal.
Is he really?
And you think you will tame him?
No one can tame Daemon.
My mother gladly sends you away. Whilst I'm here being forced to play the coddled princeling.
I understand what she's saying, where like, yeah, she's only trying to protect you, but I also really understand him, because imagine all this is going around you. People are falling around you. All you want to do is help. You just have your mother basically telling you, no, you gotta sit down and do nothing. I feel like it makes sense that he wants to do something.
I must act. The phrase.
The phrase?
Cregan Stark's greybeards are marching south. If his men had a direct route into the Riverlands, we would not have to wait for Daemon to act.
So he's gonna do all of this and not tell Rhaenyra? I feel like this is a recipe for disaster, but maybe it will work. I don't know.
Renounce the false King Aegon as a usurper. Bend the knee to me.
Bend the knee to me? Shouldn't it be bend the knee to your queen?
We choose fire.
You're okay with just dying like that?
You should have indulged them.
I need them alive. Came here to raise swords, not corpses.
Oh, so he didn't do it.
They would rather burn than succumb. Exactly the kind of men I need.
Well, I'm happy he didn't do anything.
Then perhaps you could try less fighting and more persuading. There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do.
Okay, so he's basically asking him to do the persuading and basically show them your worst.
Promised the Queen Rhaenyra 15,000 swords.
In return for protection, a dragon.
Well, she's mad that she doesn't have a dragon right now?
She sent two, both still wet from the egg.
Give him time to hatch. Can't they take years?
I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request.
Yeah, you staying up for yourself, girl.
When your bread and shelter now depend on my pleasure.
The dragons will grow.
She's gonna use that against her?
In time.
I don't have time. I mislike feeling powerless.
I don't like this girl. I don't know who she is, but I don't like her.
This will be your chamber. I'll expect you at supper this evening.
Yay! Can't wait.
My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
I feel bad for her. She's all alone here. Well, with Rhaenyra's sons.
You are your father's chosen successor.
You did not prepare me to fight.
I can imagine Rhaenyra's frustration here, because she wants to go into battle. She wants to go to war. She wants to know how to handle war. The thing is that as a son to the king, basically from the second you were able to walk, they throw a sword in your hand and you're able to fight and you learn, and that's great. But as a girl, she was just given the cup where she basically, I guess, poured drinks for them. So she never learned how to actually deal with war, how to actually deal with these problems. And now she's kind of having to learn everything as she goes. And I feel bad for her. That's like a lot. It can get very complicated. And especially when you're learning as you're going, that just makes a lot of room for mistakes, which I think has already happened.
The path I walk has never been trod.
It's true.
Kristen Cole made a mistake.
Well, a bunch.
Bread is scarce. The king has fallen.
That's a really good point.
Will whispers tear down stone?
No, but it will cause doubt, and doubt will make them think about you.
What you cannot do, let others do for you.
I'm so happy that she's become so much more to the story. She's finally living a life that's comfortable to her. She deserves it after what she's been through, girl. What did she tell her to do?
Did your grandmother ever tell you of the night she claimed Meleys?
We don't know.
She snuck into the dragon pit.
Hell yeah, that's so cool.
My father was furious. His own mother's dragon, and she'd have none of him.
I love the relationship, or the little like bond that Rhaenys and Meleys had. That's so sad.
You are very like her in some ways.
That's such a compliment.
I must rely on you. Would you give this to your grandsire?
Huh? What is it?
Daemon.
What is going on?
Daemon.
What is this?
You're always the strong one.
I'm uncomfortable.
The fearless dragon rider.
This is a vision, right?
Brother had great love in his heart, but he lacked your constitution.
This is a vision?
Daemon, you were made to wear it.
What is he doing? I'm thoroughly uncomfortable. Why is there blood? What?
My favorite son.
Bye. Favorite son? Ew. No. That is a different level of disgusting. That is, ooh, okay, I know we do cousin stuff here. I know we do sibling stuff here, but I am not down to do parent and child stuff here, okay? That seemed like a line that they did not cross. At least to my knowledge. Ooh, girl. That was too much for me. I had to stand up and shake it off.
Is the duck not to your liking, Your Grace?
Are we eating while he's having this weird vision? He can't do anything normally because he keeps having these visions.
Task their huntsmen to bring us meat and wood.
There's, of course, the matter of payment. Perhaps she could provide the necessary coin, if you could only write to her.
No.
The way he just shot it down. Absolutely not.
Payment myself.
Well, he's gonna try and get more money?
Very well, Your Grace.
You should address me as my king.
You're not the king.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
The king consort?
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
Seems like he just really wants to be king and kind of doing everything to make it seem like he's king. But it's not realistic.
Our king's fate lies with the gods now.
So basically we just have to wait for him to wake up. And he may never wake up. I mean, the extent of his burns were really bad.
A king cannot rule in his sleep. The realm will have noticed his absence.
Let it be me! Anyone's gonna say that.
A wise strategy, Your Grace.
Shut up.
He will assure the people of the stability of the crown.
Stop talking. Don't like him, don't care.
The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemon.
And that's what he was hoping for.
Aemon is young, and his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
Aemon is supposed to be 16 years old.
Aemon is a fearsome dragon rider. His skill is best employed in the field.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemon.
So they all wanted to be Prince Aemon because he's a guy. And Alicent just like, okay, but I helped serve this council once. I once sat at this very table and took over while the king was not doing well. And Aemon is clearly a dragon rider. He needs to be out in the field, which to be fair, that is a good point. But they're like, no, it needs to be Aemon, which I'm like, I'm not surprised by.
Aemon is the next in line.
Then it's decided, I guess. Sorry, Alicent.
It's outstanding in the Riverlands.
Why is it going quiet all of a sudden?
Of House Tully are in disarray, Your Grace.
Do you hear the sound? Oh, the sound is weird because Alicent is going crazy. Come on, girl, say what you want to say. Or does she feel like her voice doesn't matter?
Someone cut down the fucking rat catchers.
Thank you. Because that's kind of nasty that their skeletons were just hanging there.
The city's safe no longer. There is no food. Our neighbors are stealing from each other.
I would leave, man.
For all we know, every road leads into the dragon's teeth.
Like the one they carted through the streets.
I agree with the girl. I'd leave.
We should make the Tumbleton. My brother will have room.
You would have me turn beggar.
Dude, who cares? Look at your daughter.
Beggars already.
Or that. She has a huge point.
The king has promised payment.
And clearly that's not happening. But if I'm being completely honest, if this woman says that she has a place to go and her brother will have a room for them, go. You guys have no food. Your daughter is sick. You could see King's Landing falling apart. Leave.
Stay and wait for his empty promises, husband.
But we're out of here.
With them you can feed the mouths of ghosts.
Yeah, that's right. She's leaving. And you should leave with her. The dog waited the whole time and now he's following the skeleton? Why are dogs such precious little babies? I want the dog. Look at the little dog.
Aemon is the next in line.
You know what he is.
Psycho killer.
Has your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night?
Is she basically just saying, do you not have any loyalty to me unless we're having sex?
We have given the war to the dragons. The dragon rider should lead us.
He does have a major point there.
Is this who you are, Alicent?
You did not ask me, Spare, and I did not give you leave to speak my name.
She put you in your place. You don't have the right to say Alicent. Are they trapping people in there? Oh my god, that's terrible. Now no one can leave?
You cannot keep us here!
Dude, they're hungry and sick. Let them go. Oh, her daughter does not look good either. Who are you? Why don't I recognize you?
Our Lord Grover Tully has not declared for Rhaenyra.
Oh, it's his dragon.
Jason Lannister is marshalling to the west.
He's always mewing. He's always like, after he speaks. You're gonna notice it now.
Do you offer us your protection?
I do.
Do they like that? Whoever these people are?
And the protection of my uncle.
Daemon?
What do you want?
This is interesting.
Has been relieved of his castle.
You want Harrenhal?
Was that him saying I'm gonna try and give you an Harrenhal? Because that would never work.
My mother will want more than your crossing.
What does her grace desire?
So he's basically saying, if you guys bend your knees and accept Rhaenyra as being your queen, then I will make sure that you guys will get Harrenhal. And I don't know how he's gonna do that because Daemon would never do that. Daemon would never give it up. Sadly, even if Rhaenyra commands him to give it up, I don't think it will work. Not, at least not with what he's trying to build up there right now. Look at the little dragon. Look at his little baby. She's still having visions.
The realm will suffer if Aemon One-Eye rule.
Aemon One-Eye, I love that.
I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
Oh, he didn't like that.
The people who support her will not be led by her. They look to a man for strength. Who's better suited to it? The High Towers with their scheming, or Viserys' first true heir?
It's Rhaenyra, it's not you though.
To join me there and take her place by my side.
You gotta take your place by her side, buddy.
Ruling together.
I understand that he wants to rule both him and Rhaenyra. They could be king and queen together. But the truth of the matter is Viserys gave it to Rhaenyra, and you have to respect that, you have to accept that, and rule at her side.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
Huh? Why would she say that after the vision that he had?
Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you. House Bracken is yours.
House Bracken is ours.
Also Willem here, so that I might congratulate him. The Blackwoods will be feted in these halls.
He does not look excited about this.
The Blackwoods will be feted in these halls.
He does not look excited about this. 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 He does not lo I don't get much about that woman though. She's kind of weird.
Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Oh, that's sweet of her.
Even the death of my wife does not content her.
What?
And she not asked enough of my house.
Okay, I understand his frustration a little bit, but I think it's very respectful of her to ask.
Or does she think the position will compensate me for my loss?
Of course not.
Rhaenys was not only your wife, the queen who never was, and she flew to Rick's rest of her own will.
She really was.
She died as she would have wished to die, the way my mother chose.
To be fair, she's not wrong. These are all things that make sense.
I grieve my grandmother who loved me, but I carry her on with me.
That's how it should be.
We'll see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished.
We got your back.
You yourself may do as you see fit.
I think you should become the Hand.
Granddaughter,
I don't think you should run away.
I would make you my heir.
Aww.
Driftmark must pass to Salt and Sea.
She has the dragon blood inside her. But I think it's a really sweet thing of him to say.
Your Grace.
What's up? Imagine she goes, what's up?
You were correct in saying our best hope of an army is with Daemon.
Well, we should have followed what Daemon said before.
I wish you to go to Harrenhal.
And try and get Daemon?
We cannot challenge King's Landing without the Riverlands.
But I will not send a message by Raven for Daemon to disregard.
So basically, you're going to be the messenger Raven.
I ask you to reason with him.
I really hope Daemon doesn't do something to him, because you know how Daemon can be. A little impulsive.
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
For himself. That's what he's trying to do.
Have you any message for him?
Does she have anything to say?
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
How long ago was that fight? How long has it been? Like a week? Couple days? I don't even know. We're back to Vision Daemon. I'm not ready for any more mommy visions. If we could please not do that again. You know, especially if the man can't sleep. Probably is losing his mind.
The River Lords have come, Your Grace.
What godless hour is it?
The wolf.
What does that mean, the wolf?
Demanding to speak presently.
The River Lords are here. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna be in the favor of Daemon. It is so, okay, it's so dark. I just want to make sure that I can see everything. So it's going to be dark, just for the scene alone.
Seer must begin here with a lesson in etiquette.
Showing up at the hour of the wolf, how dare you?
Is there some reason you feel free to wake a king in his bed?
King consort.
The sacred steps on Bracken lands were looted and burned.
Okay, so they're pissed.
These beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen.
What can you even say to that?
Have you looked after our girls?
Why is his ex-wife here again? His ex-wife is here. He's having visions in front of other people.
The Riverlands are an ancient place. We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
That was a cool shot of both of them. The question is, what did she order this girl to do?
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria.
I thought she was dead.
She's not dead.
She died without collecting her due. I must see an old friend.
Who are we here to see? Oh, we haven't seen her in a while. Aemond One Eye. I don't know why I love that nickname. I think it's so funny. Want to sit in the chair of swords? Helena?
Was it worth the price?
I feel like he would say yes. Like father, like son. Am I right or am I right? Finally gonna be there for your son. History repeating itself. That was so sad. No one likes Aegon, but that was sad. If he was raised better, I feel like he would be a good person.
What is the mood at the twins? Did his lordship quibble?
Did he have smile?
He wishes for the phrase be granted Harrenhal.
And that probably won't work.
I'm proud of you, Jace. You've done our cause a great service.
Well, it's nice that she can appreciate that and see that.
Why do you look angry?
Probably because you didn't tell her.
You chafed at being prevented from action. Imagine my lord. I'm a dragon rider as well.
Yeah, that's tough. I didn't think about that.
Always prudent, sending others to fight.
She's basically trying to say, I understand exactly how you feel because you were going crazy being held back because you're a dragon rider, but guess what? So am I. And I remember in the first episode, or I think it was either the first or the second episode of season 1, she literally kept saying, like, I don't want this. I want to be a dragon rider. I want to ride on my dragon. I don't want to be here. And then she ended up being crowned queen and was the successor to the heir, so.
No harm can come to you.
And you are my son, and I did not give you leave to go.
She's not wrong there.
Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did?
I understand his intentions, but he does have to be more careful.
Daemon is not here.
Daemon is having visions in Harrenhal.
Is Aegon dead?
Dead or alive, we have no answer for Vhagar.
True, how do you fight against a huge ancient dragon?
Vhagar is big, but Syrax is quicker. Shall I fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until we are all destroyed?
If nothing works and they're trying everything that they can, and eventually she gets to a point where she's like, I have to do what I have to do to protect my people, my birthright, I don't blame the girl for wanting to go.
You have two large enough to stand against Vhagar.
They have 2 dragons that don't have riders?
Are you suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon?
Better than death and defeat.
He's kind of funny. And he does have a point.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
Think you guys can find somebody?
There could be scores of them.
It's a mad sword.
But it's a thought nonetheless. It's better than nothing. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. I think the only thing that like really truly shocked me from this episode was Daemon
with his mother.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you guys never miss a video from me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!